in Jamaica land we love. And we bask in the goodness and glory of Almighty God. My name is Conrad OBrian. They call me the fireman, and we go up until 12 midday. Welcome to another edition of your program, your mid-morning number one fix right here on radio, straight up. We're coming to you live from the studios of News Talk 93 FM right here at UWI Mona campus. And indeed, it is already Thursday, the 31st day of July. So tomorrow is what? 1st of August. 1st of August. And indeed, we bask in, our celebration of Independence Day. And let me hasten to hail Percival, Noel, James, Pattison, simply PJ, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, former President of the People's National Party, Attorney at Law Extraordinaire, for really reenacted this Emancipation Day on our calendar right here in Jamaica. It means a lot to us. It's what gives us summatization, according to the late Professor Rex Netterford. That said, the numbers to call are 876-212-9824, 876-462-0919. Let me emphasize the numbers again. And please, write down these numbers. There seems to be a bombarding of the 876-212-9824 number, but take this other one, 876-462-0919. You can also send us an email, a text message or a WhatsApp message using the number 876-594-7045. You can send text message elsewhere on the other numbers as well, but preferably on this one. To listen to us on your smartphones and device, please go to the Apple or Google Play Store and download the News Talk 93 FM app. Download the News Talk 93 FM app. We also stream live via www.newstalk93fm.net. To advertise with us, please call our sales agent at 876. That's 876-427-9955. You can also send us an email at our sales department at newstalk93fm.net. We are also streaming live this morning on the Conrad OB TikTok page. Of course, we invite you once again to download the News Talk 93 FM app. We're also up live on the Make We Talk YouTube channel. That's the Jeffrey Tavares Make We Talk YouTube channel. We are there live. Just give me a heads up, please, for those of you who are watching me on TikTok, and tell me if the sound quality is coming through clearly. All right. That said, where are we going with the program this morning? Coming up momentarily will be Conrad's Take. And of course, at 10:10 this morning, during the Wellington Dental sponsored hour, we'll be having our spotlight segment. And our guest this morning will be none other than Deacon Peter Espute, a theologian, and we will be talking to Dr. Peter Espute about his recent conversation at the Christian Media Conference there, and what he has to say about, giving, how Christians should think about where they place their ex, whether, wherever they place their ex. I'll leave it right there. And of course, coming up after that, we'll be having a community interview. We'll be doing an outside broadcast on Saturday on the station here from the Pineapple Festival up there in Papine area. So we will be talking to someone from that aggregation. So stick and stay with us. And of course, your calls that are always important to us, we await those. Let me say good morning to #Andrea, my moderator, who is in the space for the TikTok feed there. Again, the name is Conrad OBrian. The program, straight up, right here in News Talk 93 FM. The fireman, they called me. As we continue to burn, we speak truth to power right here in this program without any fear or favor. All right? So, it's now 16 minutes after 9 o'clock. 16 minutes after 9 o'clock, that's what the clock is saying. And welcome once again to another edition of Conrad's Take. And this morning, I want to weigh in and two things quickly. One, the situation with the Prime Minister being on the street yesterday. And two, the massive meeting that we saw yesterday in Emancipation Square in the old capital, San Diego de la Vega, Spanish Town Square. And so let me start off with the PM. Yesterday, we saw the Jamaica Labour Party rolled out, I think, a 60-page document that they talked about their achievement. But they were so hasty in putting this thing together that even the word Jamaica was spelled incorrectly in parts of the documents there. Some people will say that was a typo, but certainly it's worth mentioning. The fact of the matter is that government, from time to time, will put forward things. When PJ Patterson ruled or the PNP ruled for 18 years. People tend to say PJ was there for 18 years. PJ wasn't there for 18 years. PJ took over from Michael Manley in Michael Manley's second term, and he won 3 terms on his own. And when the PNP put forward a solid achievement document, you could feel it, you could touch it. Whether it was from the highway, the conception of the highway to basically building out them, you could see the JUTC bus, that company that was put in place, the new schools that were built, the car market being open so everybody could see the revolution in the telecommunication system, that massive invasion, Spanish invasion it was called, with the tourism sector and so on. All of those things were there, palpable. You could touch, you could feel, people were feeling much better about their lives. We hear that there's a 60-page document. The people are no worse off. The fact is that what $6,200 could buy at the beginning of this government administration, that was the minimum wage. 16,000 cannot purchase that now. And it is a sad truth. But of course, we speak truth to power here without any fear or favor. So one will really just have to hug those things, put those in your pipe and smoke it, as it were. So I think what we saw yesterday mirrors the quintessential desperation by Prime Minister Andrew Michael Brogard Rodham Holness. And I think that's the clearest sign that the writing is on the wall, that this Holness administration has crumbled. The people have really turned their back on Holness and his administration. And at the 9th hour, we're seeing where the Prime Minister is out there in the broiling sun. It's the same Prime Minister who would treat a young man here on campus when he dared to ask a question of the Prime Minister. When the Prime Minister rushed him and asked him with his face, you could see every string, every vein in the PM face when he asked the young man who would dare him and that kind of thing. And it was done with a level of effrontery, a level of disregard, because at that point the Prime Minister believed that he was riding high. The Prime Minister come to us and he said, listen, you can turn it up and turn it down, as if the Jamaican people are up piped up, that you can turn on your water heavy and then you turn it down, or it's a electricity switch that you can turn on and off a light bulb. But now we're seeing the utter collapse, and the people of Jamaica, both at home and abroad, is saying to PM, Wholeness, we have seen enough of you. You have reneged on a number of your promises. And guess what? I'll mention 2 of those promises. That wouldn't have to take a lot of money, but take commitment. And don't be in a position where you think that you own power. One is the fixed election date that the Prime Minister had promised. And I hear Kamina Johnson-Smith and others try to make all sorts of excuses. The other fixed election date, where I saw noted attorney, the man who is the guru on the Constitution here in Jamaica, Dr. Light Barnett. The paper is reporting this morning that he clashed with Minister Malahoo Fort on that, because it is nowhere even in the constitutional reform. So the Labour Party has reneged so heavily on that they didn't even see it fit to put in the manifesto, that in the constitutional reform document. I want to move quickly. And again, I just want to say, because I have to speak from my own conscience. And if I'm holding people accountable and I'm speaking truth to power, then even when it's a thought process of mine, I think it is noteworthy to share my thought process or processes with my listeners and indeed my viewers. When I heard that the PNP, the People's National Party, was going to be having this meeting in Emancipation Square there in Spanish Town, I said to myself that, boy, I don't know that it was such a good thing, because I think that the PNP should take that meeting to Old Harbour to give Dr. Wall a quote-unquote bounce, or to take it somewhere in Northeast St. Catherine to sort of give Andreen a bounce there as well. But I must confess, and I must give kudos to the General Secretary and the President of the People's National Party and the entire Secretariat, the aggregation that looking at these things. And my friend Andrea always said that, listen, she believed that the party know what they're doing, and sometimes we must just chill. The people must just chill, even while you make your suggestion, but just watch what they're doing. And when I heard the theme around the conference last night, the importance of emancipation for our people, and what that square means, that march from Stony Gut to Spanish Town by national hero Paul Bogle, what that means to us as a people. I say, my goodness gracious me. This is a party that is showing readiness to take over government and to provide quality leadership for the people of Jamaica. But not only that, What we saw there last night, my golly, it is something that is historic, monumental. Spanish Town, almost up to where Sagicor is, Burke Road, everywhere in Spanish Town was transformed into a sea of orange last night. And we saw speaker after speaker after speaker remind Jamaica of the historic value of that square and what it meant to us. And it's so tightly tied in with tomorrow being 1st of August, and as I started out by hailing a PJ Patterson. These are seminal achievements, and things that mean a lot to us as a people. And when Mark Jefferson Golden, the man who is on the bridge, that is said to be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, the 10th Prime Minister of Jamaica, when he took to the podium after being introduced by his firebrand, hard-working General Secretary, the man Dr. Dayton Campbell, Marky G wasted no time to remind us how full his heart was and how happy indeed he was and what he can envisage when the people celebrated Emancipation Day. Or the people were emancipated. It was a good look. And based on what we saw there yesterday, it shows that a number of constituencies in that parish that ordinary people would pencil in for the Labour Party, they're in place. I saw Dr. Wall on his feet there last night, and he was moving like a man possessed, a man who has a heart for the people and a man who is committed to transform that constituency of Southwest. Is it Southwest? Yes, Southwest St. Catherine. Now being represented in Parliament by Clifford Warmington. And it is indeed, these are the things that we're looking at. Andrean up there in Northeast St. Catherine is another one that we have to watch. The radar are certainly out, and I believe that we are going to see some major situation in the upcoming general election. That's a fireman's take. That's Conrad's take. Stay with me. Don't leave the program.
As they take a commercial break on News Talk 93 FM, we will take a commercial break here on the Make We Talk program. Well, actually, this is not the Make We Talk program. We're the simulcasting. I should not be on. We're the simulcasting the program this morning, and we will go back to Conrad OBrian as soon as he's ready for us. Let me see if I can find something to play in the meantime until Conrad is ready for us on the program that he is hosting. Beautiful program he's hosting there right now. Stand by as we go for a live commercial break, as Conrad OBrian is over there at News Talk 93 FM. Let me go over to this right here. Hold on for me. And there's a video coming into us. There is an item of news coming into us that we need to give to you. An item of news that was just coming into us. Let me go back to that item of news that is coming into us via I think is the Jamaica Gleaner. it is someone who sent this in to me and we have verified it. Let me do this right here as we come on air. There is an item of news coming into the Make We Talk News Center.
This is Make We Talk Breaking News.
The news that we have coming into us is that the body of a businessman was found in a car at an apartment complex in St. Andrew a short while ago. That's the body of a popular businessman was found in a car at an apartment complex in St. Andrew a short while ago. The Constant Spring Criminal Investigation Branch is now on the scene. That's the body of a popular businessman was found in a car at an apartment complex in St. Andrew this morning. The Constant Spring Criminal Investigation Branch are now on the scene of this crime. So they're investigating that. And also, constitutional lawyer Libby Barnett and the Minister of Constitutional Affairs, Marlon Mallow Ford, clash over fixed election date. Those are the news that is coming into us as we go back over to Conrad OBrian to see if he's ready for us. We can see him in the background there. He's not ready for us as yet. As soon as he's ready for us, we go live over to News Talk 93 FM. Yesterday, we saw wherein the Prime Minister was out on the road campaigning. You won't hear much of me today. You won't hear much of Conrad because I have a lot of things to do, a lot of studying to do also. So we're just going to see if Conrad is ready for us. As soon as ready for us, we go back live to Conrad OBrian. He's going to be ready for us pretty soon. But that's the news coming into us that a well-known businessman, his body was found in a car at an apartment complex in St. Andrew just moments ago. Let's see if Conrad is ready for us. Just moments ago, and the criminal branch of the Constant Spring Police is on scene. They haven't given us the name of the gentleman, but that is what is going on in the land of wood and water. In the land of wood and water. And you hear that the Prime Minister decided to give St. Elizabeth Parish status. Is it Black River or Santa Cruz? He decided to give, not parish status, city status rather. City status. And, you know, yes, as my good friend Miss Pewitt said, he promised everybody. He promised Steertown, Silicon Valley. He promised Negril city status. Now he's promising other people city status too. Let's see if Conrad is ready for us. I think he is about to ready for us in the next couple of minutes. As soon as he's ready for us, we go live to News Talk 93 FM, where Conrad OBrian is standing by. Yes, he is ready for us. Here we go.
News Talk 93 FM. My name is Conrad OBrian, the fireman. We go up until 12 midday. Remember that we have an interview. Well, we have two interviews today scheduled. One with our friends from the Papine community. Yeah. From the Garden Town community. Yes, the Garden Town community. My bad there. I have the brief here. The Garden Town community as it relates to the Pineapple Festival coming up on Saturday. And indeed, before that, at 10:10, we'll be having an interview with Deacon Peter Espute. We'll be talking to him about the concern from the Christian community. So, but it's now 9:35, and we're going to open the phone lines. But before I do so, the front page of the Gleaner, we're seeing a picture of Andrew Holness here, Prime Minister Holness, and it's saying JLP dismisses threat of PM's IC court battle to third term push. And I want to say to the JLP, trust me, don't underestimate the impact of this IC, this uncertification of our Prime Minister, and how impactful it will be on the election. This is the first time in the history of Jamaica we are going into an election with a Prime Minister under investigation for illicit enrichment. It speaks volume. It's monumental to us as a people. Don't underestimate it. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays. Let me go to the phone lines and take our first call this morning. Hello, welcome caller.
Morning, Conrad.
Hi, how you doing, Africa? Talk to me.
You're 30 minutes. You're 30 minutes good enough. You know? Yeah. You know, so the other 2.5. You know?
I'm not reading it at all. I'm a little bit slow this morning.
You know, so you soon catch up, man. And 2 more hours too. To election season, you know.
You're something else. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
2 more hours are nice.
All right, Africa. All right. Go ahead.
Me, you say a while ago, say, trust me.
Yes.
Is that the trust is a serious thing in Jamaica right now, you know?
Certainly, Jamaica is suffering from a major trust deficit. You are correct, indeed.
You're so nice, Virgin. Who know which trust you vote for now?
Well, put it this way. If you're in a relationship and you have been given promises after promises, and you're in that relationship for 9 years, and those promises have been failed to be kept, then certainly you will now have to look at another person who is coming and say, listen, I am giving you these commitments and these pacts that I am putting in place with you. And certainly, in my view, you would be mindful to give that person an opportunity, because you would have already extended 9-10 years with the other individual, and you are fed up with him or her, so you would be mindful to look at the other person. And I believe that is where the Jamaican people are at this moment, at this juncture, where they have seen enough of unjustness. And certainly Mark Golden is riding high right now. And one of the things that you hear when you talk to people about Mark, one of the first things that underpins Mark Golden, people talk about, is believability. People who know him for years and know of his commitment, his attitude to work and to deliver. He has under his belt the record of passing the most legislation in any one parliamentary year. He has under his belt commitment and a heart for the masses. When he went and he took on this whole thing with the ganja law, and a number of youth man and youth daughter who could not go on a farm work program, who could not get a job here in Jamaica in the public sector, who could not travel. And when he look at what happened to Maria Dean, and he said enough is enough, and he went and get those legislation through, so that the police no come and see and throw you up in the van back. I don't know if he's a man who born a split for Africa, but certainly if you do, you're able to sit on your corner, burn a split decently, and not see the police come and chuck over wall and all of those things. They broke your foot and broke up yourself, and in addition to that, police come and beat you. The late Peter Touch talk about police brutality. There's another artist who talk about men and women dressed in uniform of brutality, beating our youth man and youth daughter because they were burning a spliff. So these speaks volume, and at least we can judge a Mark Golden and those things. Andrew get 9 years at the wicket, and certainly, sir, not much.
And all of those promise, none come to fruit.
there you go.
In the curfew. In the curfew, when I come out of my yard, police are telling me about if him see me out there again, he will lock me up.
You understand?
Like, I have no right to live in my country.
You understand? And it proved to be illegal. It was a breaking of, it was another breach of the Constitution of Jamaica.
That's why I tell you, so the people don't like the youth, them, you know. Because them lock up the world, them, you know. All you then lock up, you know, they come forward and see, you know. Throw them in a jail for nothing, you know. And the hell of them know, them will tell you about going in the yard, if you see them go to them and lock them up, you know.
Yeah, man.
Huh? So, the trust and the love.
And the people are also looking at this whole thing in the government boasting as to how well they manage COVID. But the people are looking at what was done to them in COVID. You call an election in COVID, deprive many of going out there and exercising their franchise. Right? And you open up for that. And then the week after, you lock down back the country tighter than sardine can. Come on, man. And you believe that the people are not going to punish you at the poll for this? You're going to the Parliament of Jamaica. You said to the people, hold on, sir. You're going to the Parliament of Jamaica, right? You talk about a situation, you concocted a story. That criminal over Portmore sell land, Clifton, and send bulldoze over there upon the people. And you believe that the people are not going to punish you at the poll and that for this, Mr. Holness? You are now cited for illicit enrichment. And you believe the people are not going to punish you at the poll for this, Mr. Holness?
No, man. Tough time in the COVID, you know. Yeah, tough time now. Anybody when I take the injection, the people and the government office them, for shun way.
I remember all of that.
When you come there to do business, don't shun me run away from the place. Those are the things that we go through with these people in a bedroom.
Yes, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to leave you there for this morning, for this segment, Africa.
That's why I talk about the trust here.
Yes.
And the trust we want, but my goal in work on the trust.
All right, my friend.
Want the people them trust him? Eh?
Yes.
It's good, man.
All right. Thanks a lot. Trying to pack in a few in this segment. All right. Thanks a lot. Let's continue to take the call. So you're listening to Straight Up right here in News Talk 93 FM, which is truly Conrad OBrian, the fireman. Indeed, a lot of things are happening. It's election 2025, and we're seeing where the two parties are out there on the campaign trail. Hello, welcome, caller.
Yeah, Mr. Obi.
Hi, how you doing, man?
I am fine. I don't know if you did see the clip with Mark Gold in downtown. I think it's a month ago on YouTube. And downtown, if you see the crowd behind around Mark Gold in, it was like a cartel show. When you see you think is a conference. It's happened downtown. You were walking downtown, Matches Lane, down King Street.
Yeah, man, I saw it. I saw it. I recall.
So what happened? It looked like Andrew and them see that, and now them are trying to everything Matt Williams do. Them try to do it. But this one now, there's nobody there with them because the Prime Minister is so desperate.
Yeah.
Because everybody by now hear that employment is low, unemployment is low, the economy is up, and all of these things. So now you keep going on the road to tell the things that you've been saying over the period of time.
The things that you're using millions, hundreds of millions of Jamaican taxpayer dollars to basically advertise on free-to-air media. There's a caption here because this thing basically reached a fever pitch level where no less a person than Professor Charles basically weigh into it and saying that no, the government cannot be doing this vulgar situation. It's on the front page of political ads trigger concern. And we're seeing a picture here of Professor Christopher Charles. The government must stop doing this. It's an abuse of no mean order. They abuse the people in every way. They abuse the people's finance and all that. And people still can't get one bed for lie down in the hospital. Jesus of mercy.
I don't see it as vulgar, Mr. Obi.
What you see?
I see it as desperate. Because they're doing their polls, but they realize that every poll they do, it coming out negative. So they are wondering now.
Well, desperation allows you to do vulgar things, sir.
No, it's desperate because if the Prime Minister was confident, he would have called the election, because politicians call election at a time when they are most confident.
You're absolutely correct. He wouldn't be at a time now when he doesn't have any option, because the Prime Minister, it's not that the Prime Minister want to call the election, The Prime Minister just don't have any option. The timer run out. You know, when you say timer run out, the timer done. The timer done upon the Prime Minister.
Let me explain something to you. The Prime Minister was expecting that there will be some rain that come and mash up the country, so we would have a disaster, and then you would have a chance to get some extra room. But then the weatherman predict drought up till October, which leave him with no room, so his box is out in the open. So he's not running up and down saying, what next can we do? That's why he don't call election, because he's looking for a time, a moment that he say, yes, we have it now. And that is not coming, because Mark Golding has they underestimated Mark Golding.
You saw what happened over there in Spanish Town last night, sir. That's unprecedented in a Spanish Town. Unprecedented, sir. I am not here saying that Mrs. Grace Gray lose her seat, because that's a bastion for the JLP. I'm not that's the argument that I'm saying. But just the movement, just the fact that the people are prepared to come out in droves.
Exactly. It takes something for people to come out. People don't always come out like that.
Yeah, man.
You understand what I'm saying? So Mark Golden have Andrew Owens with a string hanging him. And he's grafting for bread. So this is
all right. I kind of don't like the acronym, but I understand what you're saying. All right. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Let me give some others a bite of the cherry in this segment. Bless you. All right. Good. All right. So we are taking your calls at this time as we march up to the 10 o'clock hour. Hello, welcome, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, sir. How are you doing?
You mentioned about, yes, I'm fine, thank you. You mentioned about emancipation and PJ Madison.
You sound like you have a bad flu there, my friend. I hope you are taking something for it.
So,
Bongo?
Emancipation Park in Spanish.
Bongo?
So emancipation.
Bongo?
Hello?
I was just saying to you that you sound like you're having a bad flu, so I'm hoping that you're medicating yourself.
That's not an illusion. I'm quite okay.
All right,
Emancipation
cool.
Park.
Sorry for expressing a concern.
Emancipation Park, whereby all foreparents were emancipation from the
emancipated, yes?
Yes, from the British Staffanaries, and emancipation means freedom. So then, hear what I'm saying now, and PJ was very, useful in terms of having commemorate the day. Now, so our ancestors were emancipated, were freed. So then, when Dayton Campbell tell the nation that after 1934 we been emancipated, only one man who could free us is either delusional or
no, you're not going to come back here with this. I dismiss you for that. I hear nothing at all from neither Dayton Campbell nor Mark Golding saying that they're the only one who can free anybody. No, go so. You're not going to come here and do it. You did it before. You did it before, and I'm not going to allow you. I'm not going to allow you, sir.
I'm talking about emancipation. Can I talk about emancipation then?
Yeah, but you're not going to come here and tell lies.
So the video I saw whereby Dayton Campbell presented a person telling the world, not just Jamaica, that this is the only man who has a key. A Rasta man was in chain. Is that a lie? Is that a lie, sir?
There was something there with the chain, but there was nothing about saying that this is the only man can free you. Nothing like that. Nothing like that.
I'm like, all right. Okay.
Nothing like that.
Without the pearl, I thought I saw a man in chain, a Rasta man in chain, and that I may have misunderstood the message.
Yeah, but what talk about what that mean? What the point you're making, sir?
So that's what I'm exploring. I'm asking you, sir. If Dayton Campbell believed after 1834 that only a white man could free black people, that is either a lie or delusion or both.
All right, thanks. You make your point. And I'm saying to you, I'm repeating once again to say your argument is founded in lies, and I am not going to spend much more time with you, allowing you to basically permeate the airway with lies. I am saying to you, sir, that there is no one person, neither black or white. Just allow me, please. There's no one person, whether it is black or white, that can free of the monopoly of freeing any people. All right, Bongo. Thanks. I have other callers want to come. Sir, can you relieve him from the phone there, Madam Producer? We're done with him. We're up him for a long time. Yes, so this kind of nonsense. We tell you already. Say nobody have the monopoly on freeing a person, whether black, white, or blue or purple, Chinese or Indians. Hello, welcome caller. All right, okay, the lines are open. 876-212-9824, 876-462-0919. Those are the numbers to call on the program this morning. Let's just share a few things here with you. The Gleaner has on the top ticker section here a picture of Dr. Horace Chang, Christopher Tufton. Dr. Horace Chang left, General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, and Dr. Christopher Tufton, Chair of the JLP Campaign Committee, conversing there. We're also seeing a picture with Professor Christopher Charles, from here at the University of the West Indies, and say political ads trigger concern. The story is on page 3. Also on the front page, the JLP dismissed threat of PM's IC court battle to third term push. I'm saying that I believe that it's something. And also we're seeing a picture here with Dr. Light Barnett and of course the Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Malahoo Fort, and Barnett, Malahoo Fort butt heads on delay in agreement to election reform. All right, we won't take Dr. Barnett lightly on these matters. There's also a picture of the PNP president, Mark Jefferson Golden, mic in hand, and saying JLP rural school bus accusation confused and desperate, says Golden. There's also a picture of Floyd Green, and the push is on. Here they are feeling the heat of Wellington wind up there in northeast Manchester, saying Green to order return to RADA office of Manchester Northeastern. Hello, welcome caller.
Hi, Conrad, morning.
Hey, how you doing, Marie?
Why, Conrad,
yes.
Conrad, let me tell you, man, what a high. Hey, Conrad, let me ask you something. Let me say something, you see. As I said a minute, because it's not even word. We want to know who in the war room of the JLP, who advised the Prime Minister that yesterday that took a stunt in Apple Tree Square, that it would work. The
war room is in tatters.
Yeah,
I heard them advertising a rally. The JLP advertising a rally elsewhere for this weekend in East Rural St. Andrew. And one of their loud voice person who would normally be on that, he is not on the lineup. And I said, wonder if it's that situation that came up yesterday that basically allowed them to basically bench him.
Yeah, the fiasco. I guess I wonder if Windscream at 3 Miles Square and pushing a cat in the Market District was on the what is it, a trilogy of things that was slated to happen, because that was definitely a PR disaster yesterday.
Yeah, man.
You know,
it was.
But anyway, for our eye know, Conrad, Emancipation Square, 1st of August, 1834.
Yeah.
You understand me? From PNP at the foresight, Conrad.
Yeah, man. It was mega. It was mega. And when you listened to Mark Golden's presentation there last night at that historic place, it speaks volume. And what it shows, Mary, what it shows is that Mark is not shy. Mark is basically there and showing that, listen, I am committed to the people of Jamaica and I'm going to step into the breach. When you hear Mark Golden talk about the lack of access to our beach, and I'm passionate about this, I said, my Jesus of mercy, something is brewing. He went further.
Conrad, that message last night, emancipatory message. The man never shy away from it. We're all them try to paint him because of his heritage. You understand me? The man hug it up. You understand me? You understand me? Like you said, Conrad, yes. You know, it might not be in my DNA. You understand me? Because remember, Conrad, slavery is in our DNA. When certain things happen, we can feel it back to our ancestors and say, Jano, at this it happened. You understand me? The man walked, Conrad, in our ancestors' footsteps last night, in a Emancipation Square, in a Spanish town. Him took the trek with Paul Boger, Stony.
Yeah, man. It speaks volume, and that is why I started by saying that something, while it seems as if the JLP war room is going haywire and certainly needs some tweaking and so on, the PNP war room seems to be basically blazing. They are coming up with innovations after innovation that is just basically delivering for the people. I don't know if you heard Mark Golden again last night reiterate some things. He spoke about the whole business of, looking at lifting that gag clause, so that we don't have to have people going into election on the cloud. And he was referring to those who are under illicit enrichment investigation. He's committing to those things.
Impeachment for anybody that abuses their power.
Yes.
Under the guise of being in parliament.
Yes.
You understand me?
Also, he has been saying this from the other day. The whole business of allowing not just the Prime Minister and the opposition filing to be published. Yes. But he is now saying that all the executive, the member of the executive, he will be going that route. All right, I have to leave you there, my sister. So I'm up on the break, all right? And my guest coming up at 10:10. Thanks a lot, Marie. God bless you.
Dear Jamaicans, when you come here. So your government is now holding a press conference to try to convince you of their record of achievement. I have a burning question that I need answered. Having been the government for 9 years, shouldn't the average Jamaican be able to see your achievements? Why do you need a press conference to tell the Jamaican people about your achievements? So desperate you are to show people your achievements that even the Prime Minister is in halfway tree right now, handing out flyers to show people his achievements. You don't believe me? Take a look. Yeah, there is the most honorable Brogard, Dr. Brogard, in the middle of halfway tree, handing out flyers and greeting people. Handing out flyers about their achievements. And again, I have a burning question. If his campaign strategies were so effective, why does he have to be in Halfway Tree handing out flyers? Why do they need a press conference to talk about their achievements? I'm going to tell you JLP's greatest achievements. Just sit tight. Let us explore their greatest achievements. So let us talk about the greatest achievements of this government. I think their greatest achievements is probably the 28 bank accounts that Andrew Holness has. Yeah. I mean, he moved from owing student loan to having 28 bank accounts. That is a significant achievement. And I think the next achievement for all of them is the 300% salary increase that they got. All the while, there are no benches in the hospitals, there are no working machines in the hospital, no CT scanners, no X-ray units, no MRI machines, no beds. Because when you go to the hospital, especially KPH, some of them depend on bench all day long. No beds, no gurneys in the A&E. Yeah. So that is another achievement of theirs. No oxygens in the hospitals. Another achievement of this government, fixing the roads only last minute when it's election time. Because the whole time, for the whole 9 years, we have been dropping in potholes, damaging our vehicles. Right? All the while, police are stopped every minute and go under. Have inspector going under with car, taking off with license plate them. Yeah, that is another achievement. Another achievement of this government, the Road Traffic Act, the brand new Road Traffic Act, that they are now breaching by having left-hand drive school buses, public passenger vehicles, when if you an ordinary taxi man or a busman have a left-hand drive vehicle, they are going to impound your vehicle and charge you $50,000. So yeah, that's their greatest achievement. Yeah. You want us to talk about more of their achievements? How about the 24 dead babies in the month of June alone? How about the fact that the public morgue where postmortems are done is owned by a JLP councillor in Spanish Town, and no matter where your relative has passed on, you have to go there because they have basically shut down the public morgues all over the place. So this brother here, Christopher Tufton, has a councillor that he fought for to get in his constituency, Mr. Archer, who owns Archer's Funeral Home, where all of the government autopsy them been doing. So no matter where your deceased is, you have to go there and collect the body, even if it's Westmoreland. Make we talk about achievement. Another great achievement of this administration, this successful administration, Ruel Reid. Ruel Reid and Grace McLean and all of these people in the Ministry of Education, the money is still unaccounted for. The Nutribon money. Yeah. Want to remember that? Another great achievement of this administration, the death of Jodian and all the people who passed on during COVID. Oh, and not to mention the $400 million that is still unaccounted for. Yeah. Remember, I said this idiot says that if we're not vaccinated, we're idiots, you know. Remember, he said that. So now 5 years later, when 70% of Jamaicans are still not vaccinated and we're thriving and surviving, I mean, that didn't age well, did it? So yeah, that was a great achievement for them. Not to mention his market me scandal. Yeah, that was a great achievement for him too. I mean, after all, the baby mother have to live, right? Not to mention Floyd Green and what they were doing again during the time when all of us was locked down and the COVID lockdown and they were partying. Yeah, that was a great achievement by them. Yeah, man. And you know, another great achievement of this administration, having Jamaicans stuck at sea during COVID because they wouldn't bring them home. Right? The people, the shipfarers and the students during the Ukraine war who were stuck there, and this one here wouldn't bring them home. Remember that? Remember that it was Mark Golden who had to take money out of his pocket to bring them home because she wanted to give them a loan. As for this sleepy one here who is always asleep in Parliament, let us talk about his greatest achievement, states of emergencies. And arresting innocent Jamaican people and locking them up with hardened criminals, making them lose them work, right? Criminalizing 3/4 of Jamaicans for no reason at all because they could not control the crime rate. he still sleeps in Parliament. And his greatest achievement, putting on 50 pounds since he has become the senator. She, for her greatest achievement, claiming say the PNP is a museum. That is her greatest achievement because she has achieved nothing in her constituency. She's most famous for claiming that the PNP is a museum. She has no other achievement. So we think we cover all of them. And the fact that the Prime Minister have to be in campaign mode all around and people been booing them. I mean, there is no way why a government of 9 years should be so pressed to call the election. If you are so comfortable and confident that you're going to win, call it. The fact is that you thought that the PNP machinery would have been exhausted, would have been slowed down. But the fact is that the longer you delay is the more people get tired and fed up. And then have to call it because you will not be government forever. Your time has come. You see how long we're telling us time come? Pack on the bags. Because time come. Bye.
The beach access issue is a vexed issue.
And you can trust that when you send me to Parliament, you're not have a bench warmer or a table knocker, but you have a champion who is ready to serve you. And so I do not have to ask, but I know no one me ask anyway. Northwest St. Anne, are you ready? See the signal waving in the sky. Reinforcements now appearing. Victory, victory, victory.
What can go sue?
Who these people? Who the guy walking up and down? Let me tell you something. Labor right now we know day as of today. So you see, since them a walk a half a tree, I am going to wipe car glass a half a tree Friday. And me a run taxi and listed next week Monday.
Warmer or a table knocker, but you have a champion who is ready to serve you. And so I do not have to ask, but I know no one me ask anyway. Northwest St. Anne, are you ready? Oh, my comrades, see the signal waving in the sky. Reinforcements now appearing. Victory, victory.
Me, my friend Scarlett with Diane.
Indeed, your program. We go up until 12 midday, and we are indeed very happy to be with you. It's the 31st day of July 2025. Of course, tomorrow is 1st of August, Emancipation Day. And as I said at the beginning of the program, I think we are all indebted to former Prime Minister, the most honorable PJ Patterson, to really put this back on the calendar for us to mark this as a national holiday, because it speaks volume to it. It's mean a lot to us. My name is Conrad OBrian. They call me the fireman. And it's that time of the morning when we move into this segment of the program. Let me also remind our viewers and listeners that we're live up on the Conrad OB TikTok page. We're also live on the Make We Talk YouTube channel. Of course, you can listen to us via downloading the News Talk 93 FM app, and indeed on the 93 FM band and your transistor radio. You can catch us there as well. So, the hour has arrived. Welcome to our feature Spotlight. We're diving into one of the most talked about moments from the recent virtual forum hosted by the Association of Christian Communicators and Media. A conversation that's stirring reflection across the faith community and beyond. Renowned theologian and dean of the studies of the St. Michael's Theological College, Deacon Peter Espute, delivered some hard-hitting remarks on the role of Christian in the upcoming general election. In his address, he didn't mince words, saying Christians may find themselves having to choose the lesser of two evils when voting between the island's two major political parties. Espute raised questions about political integrity, religious freedom, especially in schools, and whether either party truly represent the values of the kingdom of God, a kingdom that we all, and this is my word, a kingdom that we should all be aspiring to, build. His comments has sparked national debate about how Christians engage with politics and whether it's time for church to become a more united and vocal force at the ballot box. Today, we unpack those comments, explore their implication, and ask, what does it really mean to cast a Christian vote in Jamaica today? Joining us this morning is no lesser person than Mr. Peter Espute. Hi, Deacon. How are you doing, sir? Oh. Hi, Deacon Espute?
We're having technical difficulties, but yes, I'm good.
Yes. All right. Let's roll. So actually, I was just doing the preamble to coming into it, and but suffice it to say that you have raised some very serious questions, some very important points, as to the choice that the Christian community have to make when going to the ballot, and you actually raise a perennial conversation that people talk about, the argument about the best of two evil, So let's start there, Mr. Espute. Your concern about, what is your major concern here in Jamaica as it relates to the political apparatus among the two major political parties at this time?
Well, thanks for having me on your show, Conrad.
Yes.
And good morning again, and good morning to your listeners.
Thanks.
The issue has to be the building of God's kingdom. Christians remember the first words of John the Baptist: repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand.
Mm-hmm.
And when Jesus came on the scene, he had the same message.
Mm-hmm.
The kingdom of God is at hand. Kingdom of God is a kingdom of peace and justice.
Mm-hmm.
And so we know that Jamaicans want peace and we want justice.
Mm-hmm.
And when we pray the Lord's Prayer, We pray thy kingdom come. We pray thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And God's will is for peace and justice. So what we want is, out of an election, is a government that will be a government of peace and justice. Now, this is a very important point, and the context in which I'm quoted in the Observer, which is I think what you are referring to, is a forum put on by our group of Christian journalists and communicators. And they point out that according to the census of Jamaica, the last one, 69% of Jamaicans are Christians or identify as Christians. And therefore, if Christians vote, obviously, the size of the Christian vote is such that it can determine the election, which way it goes. And yet we realize that out of the 100% of the people on the voters list, it's about 30% are voting. That means that, generally speaking, Christians are not voting. Because if Christians are 70% and only 30% are voting, I'm sure that those 30% who are voting are not Christians. I'm sure they are the tribalists, the Norwegians, and some of them are going to be probably even pagans who worship false gods. So, therefore, the Christian community cannot abandon its responsibility to vote. So our concern is that, first of all, Christians should realize that to vote is a Christian duty. Because as we pray in the Lord's Prayer, we want God's kingdom to come. And what does God's kingdom mean? It means a place where God's will is done on earth, just as God's will is done in heaven. So we Christians believe that if we did turn out to vote, we could decide who wins the election. And it could be decided on the basis of which party is going to bring peace and justice. The problem is, Conrad, that neither party is really worthy of our vote.
All right. We'll get into that because I want you to explain that. All right, so, well, go ahead, Mr. Dispute. You say that neither party is deserving of our vote. So why encourage the community to participate and to vote if they are not worthy?
Well, this is where theology comes in, you see, because in theology, of course, is the study of the meaning of the scriptures and revelation and so on. And so Christians are not allowed to support evil. We can only support that which is good. And any even shallow analysis of the two political parties will reveal that both of them have started garrison communities. Both of them are alleged to have gunmen and guns. I'm going back in history. I know you have Dudos and Zeeks on the two sides. I remember there was there's the one other gang and the Klansman gang. There is the Spanglers and the Shaw Passage. So everybody knows that the two political parties have thugs and gunmen and basically are involved in nefarious activities. And therefore, strictly speaking, a Christian should not vote for either of them. And it's my view that one of the reasons why the turnout at our elections is so low is not because of what the politicians call apathy. It suits the politicians to think that it's apathy. It's not apathy. I think when the Christians have decided that they're not going to vote for either of these two evil, wicked parties, and so they stay away. It's a decision. It's not a don't care, which is apathy.
All right.
It's a very much care. And so if both parties are evil, and Christians cannot support evil, then I'm not going to vote for either this P or that P.
Good. So here's where the rubber hits the road now, because you went into the heart of the thing. You talk about religious freedom, particularly in our education system, and you have said that. Hold on, Deacon, and you have said that. Listen, the governing party has basically shown their hand to basically going against the grain of the religious freedom in school because they are curtailing it and so on. So is it that basically
we have to follow the train of thought. Don't break the train of thought.
Yes.
The train of thought then is, because you see, if you stop at where I just stopped, but the two parties are evil, then you don't vote for anyone, and you vote and you stay home, which is the present situation.
Yes.
So people say a pox on both your houses, and you don't vote at all.
Yes.
But what the Christian theologians like myself say is, following all the principles of Christian ethics, you have to turn out to vote. But you cannot vote for evil. You have to vote for the lesser of two evils.
Oh.
So then the question is, which of the two parties, both of them are evil, we've already agreed on that. But which of them is the greater evil and which is the lesser evil? And this is where the Christian has to make up his or her mind. You can't support evil per se, but you can vote against evil. So the way that we will argue it is that Christians must turn out to vote against the party that is the greatest evil. And how do we determine what is the greatest evil? Well, any party that goes against the church is a greater evil. And if the church owns schools and a particular party in government says we want to take control of the church schools away from the church, or at least reduce it and put more power in the hands of the Minister of Education, we will have to say that that is a greater evil. And therefore we cannot support a party that does that. If there's a party that says we must have less prayer in school, well, of course, if they own the school, they can decide to have no prayer at all. That is their affair. But if the church owns the school, and the church owns hundreds of schools in Jamaica, the government cannot tell the church whether to have prayer or not, or how much prayer to have.
But
the government is trying to do that. They have put out guidelines for prayer. And we reject that and say that's ridiculous. You can't do that. You're overstepping. That's not kingdom building behavior. And so any Christian deciding how to vote has to vote for the party that is building the kingdom. But neither of them is really building it, They're both building up their own kingdom. Not God's kingdom.
But based on what
for the least evil.
So based on what you're saying,
we can use to decide that.
Good. Based on what you're saying there, Deacon Dispute, persons who are listening to us will say, boy, here Deacon Dispute is really saying, because we know the party that is in government, we know the party that basically promulgate those things that you just mentioned. So people would say, if the Christians should really take your advice, then it would be a done deal for the People's National Party.
Well, the thing is, the people have to make up their own mind. But you see, the People's National Party is not helping the situation. For themselves, because the People's National Party is not coming out and saying, if we are elected, we will make sure the church schools are not interfered with. The People's National Party is not saying that. It could very well be that you vote for the People's National Party, and when they come in, they try and do the very same thing, and you have to vote them out too.
Excellent.
The point is, we are not given very much of a choice, my brother.
Excellent point. So the PNP need sorry, Deacon. So the PNP need to be unambiguous and to register their.
PNP has to make its position clear. We do not want to interfere with church schools. We're not trying to take over church schools, but they haven't done that. I have been writing this bill now for 3 years. calling on the PNP to make its position known, and they have not done so.
You know, Deacon, I am not going to quote him verbatim, but I think I heard spokesman in education, Damian Crawford, say something, maybe not as clearly as you want him to say it, but certainly talk about the contribution that the church school make here in Jamaica, and they should essentially be left alone. I'll try to get him to get the clarity on that, or to get the text.
I have not heard that, but it would be welcome if he said that, but I haven't heard that. I spoke to him myself and raised this matter that I just raised with you, and he said he don't know about it. So I was so surprised that the spokesman on education for the PNP had never heard of the draft code of Education Act and the draft code of regulations that proposes to concentrate more power in the hands of the Minister of Education. He said he don't know about that. I have to send him a copy.
Well, I don't know how him could say don't know about that, because that is out there. Anyhow.
Well, of course it's out there.
Yes. So
I was very offended when he said, I'm surprised that you would say you don't know about it.
There are some other things that you mentioned, though, Dr. SQ, because I want to just, in the interest of time, I want to get a few things in. One of the other things that you also mentioned, you said that Christians should vote for the party who is saying that, listen, they will go further than just the Prime Minister and the opposition leader have their asset published. You said that, right?
In my view, all public servants must have their declarations of assets and liabilities made public. At the moment, the law only requires the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition to make their assets and liabilities public.
Good.
I have heard Mr. Golding say that if his party wins, he will have cabinet ministers. Well, that's a step in the right direction. But everybody must do it, not just cabinet ministers.
When you say everybody, you're talking about who?
All public servants who are covered under the Integrity Commission Act.
All right.
Must have their declarations that they make to the Integrity Commission made public. Nobody is saying that. No, so I am happy to hear Mr. Golding say that he will widen it from just the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition to all cabinet ministers. That's a step in the right direction. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't go far enough. Also, I think it's a step in the right direction that I heard Mr. Golding say that if his party wins, he will make the contract awards by the government public. It used to be, in the bad old days, when you had the National Contracts Commission, they would publish annually a list of all the contracts the government has awarded, to whom they were awarded, and the amount of money. When the Integrity Commission Act was passed, they made that a state secret. Now nobody knows who gets contract for and for what. So I think it's another step in the right direction that Mr. Golding has said that if his party wins, they will reverse that and make contracts public. That's a step in the right direction. And therefore Christians must take note of that and must reward that sort of thinking. However, it doesn't go far enough, because we need to get who gives money to who. They must publish a list of their donors, people who give money to the party. Because where the corruption comes in, my brother, you know it as well as I, it's the people who give money to the party that get the contract. So that is illegal, that is criminal, that is corruption.
All right.
So
hold it right there for me, Deacon.
But no politician is saying that.
Deacon, hold it right there for me. Stay there on the business on that point. Corruption that you just mentioned. Just hold it right there. I have about 2 or 3 more questions for you. So I'm going to take you for a little bit on the other side. Let's take the 10:30 break. So come.
Take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back to join Conrad OBrian. Stand by.
They're Jamaicans who come here. So your government is now holding a press conference to try to convince you of their record of achievement. I have a burning question that I need answered. Having been the government for 9 years, shouldn't the average Jamaican be able to see your achievements? Why do you need a press conference to tell the Jamaican people about your achievements? So desperate you are to show people your achievements that even the Prime Minister is in halfway tree right now, handing out flyers to show people his achievements. You don't believe me? Take a look. Yeah, there is the most honorable Brogard, Dr. Brogard, in the middle of halfway tree, handing out flyers and greeting people. Handing out flyers about their achievements. And again, I have a burning question. If his campaign strategies were so effective, why does he have to be in halfway tree handing out flyers? Why do they need a press conference to talk about their achievements? I'm going to tell you JLP's greatest achievements. Just sit tight. Let us explore their greatest achievements. So let us talk about the greatest achievements of this government. I think their greatest achievements is probably the 28 bank accounts that Andrew Holness has. Yeah. I mean, he moved from owing student loan to having 28 bank accounts. That is a significant achievement. And I think the next achievement for all of them is the 300% salary increase that they got. All the while, there are no benches in the hospitals, there are no working machines in the hospital, no CT scanners, no X-ray units, no MRI machines, no beds. Because when you go to the hospital, especially KPH, some of them they on bench all day long. No beds, no gurneys in the A&E. Yeah. So that is another achievement of theirs. No oxygens in the hospitals. Another achievement of this government, fixing the roads only last minute when it's election time. Because the whole time, for the whole 9 years, we have been dropping in potholes, damaging our vehicles. Right? All the while, police are stopped with every minute and go under. Have inspector going under with car, taking off with license plate them. Yeah, that is another achievement. Another achievement of this government, the Road Traffic Act, the brand new Road Traffic Act, that they are now breaching by having left-hand drive school buses, public passenger vehicles, when if you an ordinary taxi man or a busman have a left-hand drive vehicle, they are going to impound your vehicle and charge you $50,000. So yeah, that's their greatest achievement. Yeah. You want us to talk about more of their achievements? How about the 24 dead babies in the month of June alone? How about the fact that the public morgue where postmortems are done is owned by a JLP councillor in Spanish Town, and no matter where your relative has passed on, you have to go there because they have basically shut down the public morgues all over the place. So this brother here, Christopher Tufton, has a councillor that he fought for to get in his constituency, Mr. Archer, who owns Archer's Funeral Home, where all of the government autopsy them been doing. So no matter where your deceased is, you have to go there and collect the body, even if it's Westmoreland. Make we talk about achievement. Another great achievement of this administration, this successful administration, Ruel Reid. Ruel Reid and Grace McLean and all of these people in the Ministry of Education, the money is still unaccounted for. The Nutribon money. Yeah. Wanna remember that? Another great achievement of this administration, the death of Jodian. And all the people who passed on during COVID. And not to mention the $400 million that is still unaccounted for. Yeah. Remember, this idiot says that if we're not
indeed in the Wellington Dental Hour, and we're in our spotlight segment. Is Deacon Peter Espute, and of course Deacon Espute is the Dean of Studies at the St. Michael's Theological College, all right, and a well-known commentator, somebody who has a lot to talk about as it relates to governance in Jamaica and other things. Deacon?
And you sound a little far away.
Okay. Any better?
Up the volume for me. A little.
All right, let's see. I don't know what's happening because I'm hearing you loud and clear and there's clarity. So, all right. So, Deacon, you mentioned the whole business of corruption. You had something to say about that. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying that Christians cannot support corruption, cannot support evil of any sort. But particularly, corruption is a particular problem because if money is going where it should not, that money should have gone to education or health or helping the old people or the children and so on. So what corruption does is it hides off, it redirects money, resources away from the benefits of the people, the building of the king, into the pockets of people who should not have it.
Good.
And so Christians cannot vote for parties that facilitate that sort of thing.
Good.
So we know that both parties facilitate that sort of thing.
So again,
all sorts of evidence of that.
And again, Dr. Espute, Deacon Espute, you allude to this business of corruption, and just going from what I know, you may know others, you know, you are around a little bit longer than I am, but it's the very first time that we are seeing a prime minister basically deliberately fingered in the whole business of corruption like this in Jamaica, where he is now under investigation for illicit enrichment. The Gleaner this morning on its front page has the Prime Minister, and under him there's a caption here said, JLP dismisses threat of PM's IC court battle, third term court battle to third term push, which is to say that the JLP doesn't believe that the fact that the Prime Minister is so embroiled in this whole business of corruption would impact him. You think they are basically miscalculated the Christian community that you're talking about when we say that this kind of defense here, Deacon?
That statement by the JLP is a slap in the face to Christians everywhere. What they're saying is that Jamaicans don't care about corruption, that Christians don't care about corruption. And if it is known that a politician is corrupt, Christians will still vote for them. If that is true, then Christian is wrong. But it should not be so. Christians must not support corrupt politicians. So, yes, it's very interesting. The same Prime Minister that voted for the Integrity Commission Act is now taking the Integrity Commission to court, wanting to declare even the offense called illicit enrichment illegal.
Yeah, and one could ask the question, what can
this is really bad.
Yes.
And certainly does not support honesty and
Christian principles.
And therefore persons who are concerned about the prevalence of corruption will have to say that the Prime Minister has put himself in a bad light with that lawsuit that he has brought. We need to hasten to point out that even though the Prime Minister and apparently a dozen other politicians are under investigation for illicit enrichment, nobody has yet been found guilty of illicit enrichment.
Yes.
It is all a question of investigation. What is sad is that because of the gag clause, which binds the Integrity Commission, here we have an election coming, and we don't know who the illicit persons are.
And again, Deacon Espute, and I'm kind of rushing because of the time now, because I'm over time. Here is it, my fifth question here on my listing. Although we have gone so many other, because I've been doing whatever here, but this is another thing that Mark Golding said, and he repeated as recent as last night, that he will be basically looking at the gag clause, and he is committed that they will make some changes there, because he believed that nobody should be going into an election with so many people on the investigation and the public don't know about it. So Mark is saying
Mark in favor of Golding, but remember, when the gag clause was being put in, the PNP voted for it. So the PNP supported the God clause when it was put in place.
That is so.
So if they now say we realize we made a mistake and we repudiate what we did and we will change it, that's good. And that means that they would be the lesser of the two evils.
All right.
But you have to remember, that they were part of putting the God clause there in the first place. So let us be very honest. We have to be honest.
I want to touch one last final thing, Deacon Eskew. This is a little bit outside of what you talk about there, but nonetheless, it's interwoven with the Jamaican people as a whole. The access to beach. Mark has been ramping up the narrative on that, saying that he's making a commitment. He said that, listen, if it's take legislation and so on, he will be doing it because he doesn't see in the Jamaican people of our children of a lesser God and they should have access. Any quick comment on that?
Access to what again?
To the beach access.
Yeah, well, this I've been writing about this for 30 years.
So now that we'll have somebody who is seeking the job as a prime minister.
1951.
Sorry, Deacon. I'm saying that now that we have had someone who is seeking the job as prime minister, because the first time in my lifetime I heard somebody really take this on as frontally as Mark Golding. What do you say? Because remember, Mark is positioning himself to be prime minister.
You have to remember again that the Beach Control Act came in 1951 under, or whenever it was, under PNP government. So I'm happy if they have now decided to reverse what they did before. We start off with the assumption that neither side is clean.
Yes.
Neither side has clean hands. And if the PNP now is deciding that an election is coming, that they are going to promise to do better, then we have to respect that and support that.
Okay.
JP is not doing that. But remember, both sides, remember traffic, both sides have dirty hands.
Yeah, but with respect.
What we have to do is
Deacon.
Yes.
I love context. With respect, traffic Guru does not mirrors what we are seeing in terms of the Jamaican taxpayers' money being siphoned on. And hold on, Deacon, hold on. It is important for us to remind the Jamaican people that not 1 cent of taxpayers' money was taken into the traffic Guru thing. It was something, a law in Dutch. The Dutch, they basically...
Traffic Guru was a case where the Jamaican government does not allow foreign companies to give to the Jamaican politicians. It is a breach of Jamaican law.
No, it's not a breach of Jamaican law.
Check it, sir. It's a breach of Jamaican law for a political party to accept donations from foreign entities.
All right.
The PNP breached the law.
Okay, all right.
Accepting from traffic Europe.
All right, fine.
Let us, we have to be honest.
All right.
Thing, Christians approaching this thing have to be honest,
All right, fine.
Where people have done wrong, they must say it wrong.
All right, Deacon.
Traffic Europe was wrong.
All right, fine. I won't extend.
Neither side is clean.
And I agree with you.
So we have to vote for the lesser of the two evils.
I am in total agreement.
And when we do it, to swallow our spit.
I'm in total agreement.
That's because we love, because we can't, Christians cannot support evil.
And I agree with you that I could not sit here. I'm going to have to leave it. I'm going to have to leave it there, Deacon. Thanks a lot for today. And certainly we'll have you again. All right. That's Deacon Peter Eskew there. Very, very strident, and a man who I don't think one can really accuse him of not coming to the table and prepared to examine things. I certainly express a little bit of difference there with the traffic Guru issue based on my understanding. However, it would be naive of me to sit behind the microphone here and try to paint the PNP as a paragon of virtue that has never had done anything wrong in their term of government. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. But I certainly agree with Dr. Espute or Deacon Espute that based on what he's seen, and he basically said that he's talking about the less of the two evil. And when you listen to him, he's basically saying clear, or very clear, unambiguous, that the PNP right now is the less of the two evil, and Christian must deduce from that where they place their vote, because he has said it in no uncertain term. There. All right. Let's take some calls. Let's go to the phone lines. Remind you of the numbers. The numbers are 876-212-9824, 876-462-0919. I wanted to get a comment from some persons overseas, Rotgan and so on, as it relates to the Prime Minister out there yesterday, what they make of it. But today is probably not going to be the date for that, because I want to give the callers some time, and I also want to remind you that we'll have an interview coming up at 10:10 this morning as well. Again, the West Indies continue to perform poorly. They have lost all the matches in the recent 2020, and here it is on the front page of the Observer. JLP kicks off campaign. PM leads. Where is it here? PM leads army of party volunteers distributing achievement documents to Jamaicans in the street. Mr. Private Minister. Hello, welcome caller.
Morning, Mr. O'Brien.
Hi, how are you doing, sir?
Not too bad, sir.
Portmore, yes. Talk to me.
Yeah. I agree with Mr. Good almost 100%. Because I same sentiment in relation to the corruption, in relation to the two-party, have connection with some of the most notorious and dangerous criminal gangs around the place. And in the era where we speak about every person who put up themselves to serve in public office should declare their asset and liability. I mentioned when this whole everything came up, and we were told that the parliamentarians, I don't know, would report to a three-party committee. I said, Professor Manu at the time, he was on one of the petition, and I said, look, I don't think it is sufficient for the politician to report to a three-member body, because it is not a three-member body that they are alone, that they are represented. They are representing the total population. And it is the majority of the Jamaican people who is going to vote in this politician. And therefore, just like in the developed economy, you go, and I refer to America and say, you can go on the web and see the asset and liability of every person who put up themselves to run.
Yes.
Who are in office. Yes. So it should be the same. And anybody who feel that they have something to hide, or they don't want the public to be aware of their asset and liability before they enter into public life. Just see how
but Portmore, remember the Nolan principles, the governing side, they actually got the training on all of that, and those principles are really talking about good governance, transparency, etc., and not one member of the governing party, to include the Prime Minister, sign that. I forgot to put that one to Deacon Espute as well, because why wouldn't you want to sign off on those noble principles in terms of governance? On the other hand, here is another one for the Christian community again. The PNP, led by Mark Golden, signed it, and not only the member of parliament on the PNP signed it, but the shadow cabinet and senators and everybody signed on to it. So we have to basically call a spade, Portmore, irrespective of what, if we remain wedded and true to the fact that we're speaking truth to power. We must start these things without any fear or favor.
Well, I said my belief is that you should, and they should, all of them should, and anyone who don't think that they should have their asset and liability out there for the public viewing that they are going to serve, because I'm quite sure majority of the public come and ask them to represent them. They are the one who come, are they are voice up on these people and say, okay, this is your representative, right? Therefore, they are the one who is obligated to, right, to make sure that the public, but if they are not a bunch of, if they didn't have their intention, if they have clear and honest intention of serving the public, or those who they seek to go and serve rather than themselves, then they wouldn't be afraid. Anyone who is afraid to go and declare the asset and liability before they enter into politics or public office, that means they have something to hide, and they have what you call ulterior motive, and shouldn't be allowed to enter into any form of public office if we have in place, people who are serious enough about scrutinizing who is in charge of the public work. And you were talking about
the Nolan principles, the 7 Nolan principles.
Yeah, well, now I'm shifting to the organization leader now in Spanish now. Yeah.
Yes.
I every day when I look at Spanish Town, see, and the income that could be earned in Spanish Town, when I see how we destroy the heritage of Spanish Town, that Spanish Town should be a tourist mecca, not just for foreign tourists, but for people from all over Jamaica who would wish to come and have an evening or an afternoon or whatever time they should be able to go and sit into some roadside cafe, having Blue Mountain coffee and having Jamaican favorite pastry in coffee shops around that era, in that entire era. Instead of both political parties, for a reason that I know I cannot see the sense down the road, because what we have done is turn over a large era of an almost valuable real estate and allow criminals to control those areas, vandalize Spanish Town to the extent where, look at Spanish Town. That is a gold mine. And instead, look at the state of it. You go anywhere else in the region. Anywhere else in the region. And for that matter, anywhere in Europe that have such an old thing. That place would
the last time I heard of a discussion that was really in train to move Spanish Town to a place of what you're talking about. So I don't remember if it was during Portia's term or PJ, but it's from back in that time I heard. I think it was back under PJ, and they actually started some kind of work there, but it basically petered out to nothing.
I think he has a doctor right now. As he said, we are faced with two evils. And right here now, it is the lesser of the two evils. But believe you me, I really wish that this country had heard alternative, because where we are today, we should have been light years ahead of where we are right now, because Jamaica have that potential. The resources here, the people are here, but instead we have small-minded people who seem to be catering for the elite and a few rapacious, we call them leeches, private sector people who continue to suck the blood from the people of this country like leeches, right? But what my guy they call them again, vampire, right? Old vampire continue to suck Jamaicans for blood.
Peter touch on old vampire.
And then we have a part that catering to these people, taking away the wealth from the ordinary citizen and putting back the people when some of them already have in their head and still in a jail. Their mind is still controlled because if they weren't so, I mean, if they were liberated, they wouldn't do anything hooking up these politicians who don't mean them any good. They would look and call them out for who they are, rather than put them at die hard. A politician who come in the country and do come with a plan to say improve the entire, especially when it's talking about areas that have such production. I mean, you can't get so much production out of the people. Well, I listen to the one in the church down here and a program, and he was talking about the potential of people. Right?
Who is that?
Our athlete.
Oh, the pastor?
Dr. Morgan, right? Yeah. And if we have politicians who really have the commitment and care of people like Dr. Morgan, this country would be the most prosperous place and we would not have this level of poverty and people have to be turned into crime because they would see alternative that instead of people in Spanish don't have to be paying money to extortionists just to exist, you would have businesses all over this where the Jamaican citizen, it wants to be some European people, right?
You know, Portmore, I look at things in simple terms. I'm saying this, that I know that there are some of us Jamaicans, you know, we have our hard position that we will not change, you know, whether you're going to support the PNP or the JLP. But certainly you have that body of voter that looks on. And I'm saying that if you have the clear view of someone who has been at the wicket for 9 years, going 10 years, and you know you're not seeing those things to move Jamaica forward, and you have another person who have never been at the helm and putting out his plans and objective, then certainly you know you have a clean pair of hands to look to. So let's see how the voters will respond to the two things that are placed, or the two persons that is placed in front of them. Certainly, from all accounts, it seems to me that the momentum is certainly with Mark Golding, and the people are basically warming to him. He took a little time to come up the curve, but certainly once the people of Jamaica get to know this man, they are certainly warming to him. You just have to look at what has been taking place across the length and breadth of Jamaica. Everywhere Mark Golding goes now.
He's not coming with any package. He's not really coming in with any package. And true. I was looking at the slate of people on the JLP side, and I'm saying, boy, it is unfortunate because there was a time when the JLP have people like the Jose Harding, the Professor Vespasiana, Pantan, and persons, you know, and a few.
No, I don't know that Professor Vespasiana was ever a part of the JLP.
Yeah, man, he was at one.
No, he was never. He was a part of the MDM. Never. No.
Well,
he was a part of the NDM that was led by, he was a founding member of the NDM with Christopher and so on. As a matter of fact, he had a major fallout because under the PNP wanted to have him as, or he was slated to be Solicitor General, and something happened there and so on. So he was never a part of the JLP, never.
Well, anyway, I'm just mentioning a few names. Could be persons who, if they were on the GSP side, would make a much more, you know,
Ken Bar, etc.
They would be more. They have a level of integrity where they didn't have that. But right now, the slate that I see there.
All right, Portmore, after leave it there. I'm up on time. Thanks a lot for today. All right, when we come back, we will have our interview with the organizers of the Pineapple Festival up there in Garden Town.
The preceding hour was brought to you by Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town.
I am only here for a brief moment, Bridget.
The truck is totally.
This is Make We Talk Breaking News.
News is coming into a news center that there is a massive accident on Spurtree Hill. A truck overturned run off the road and overturned in the gully or the ditch. The news that we're getting in is a bit sketchy. What we're seeing here is that nothing has left of the truck. The driver has been taken to the hospital. There is one person accountable for. Members of the Jamaica Fire Brigade is on scene. So the news that we're getting in right now that a truck has run off the road. It seems as if it's coming down Spurtree Hill. That's in Manchester. We're trying to get some more news into us. But the news that we have coming in right now that a truck has overturned. In other words, it run off the main road, the Spurtree main road, run off that road there into the ditch. We are trying to get some more news into us. We're trying to get some more news in. Let me see if I can get some more news into this. I am working my sources to figure this one out, but based on what we're hearing, that a truck has overturned on the Spurtree main road. The truck has overturned into a ditch or into a gully or a precipice. We're working our sources now to find out where this happened. Exactly where. So as soon as we can get more news, we'll pass it on to you. As soon as we can get some more news, we'll pass it on to you.
This is Make We Talk Breaking News.
It is the same emancipatory spirit of this place. Why we are going to complete all the Operation Pride schemes across Jamaica, where the people don't yet have title or the infrastructure is not yet final. We are going to finish those schemes. You are going to get your titles, and we're going to roll out the Porsche plan so that other settlements which are not regularized have the benefit of infrastructure and a proper orderly system where they can become title owners of the land on which they live. Because the People's National Party is about empowering ordinary Jamaicans and making an ownership society where everybody has a place and everybody can be somebody. It is the emancipatory spirit of this place why we have the first in family scholarship, because we know that education is the antidote to poverty. And if you are the first person in your family to have qualified for university or college and you're struggling because you can't see your way to how to pay for it, the People's National Party, when we form government, will ensure you get a full scholarship so you can attend university, you can attend college, you can get your degree, and we're doing it for you, and we're doing it for
we're still working our sources here about the truck that overturned. We're still working our sources here.
Have a different perspective.
One moment for me, please.
Good morning to all of you.
One moment, we're still working our sources here
This morning,
to see
all of you
if we can get some more news. Let me see something here. Stand by. In the meantime, we're working on the news. We are going to give you some other news that is into us. That the Jamaican dollar, hold on for me, please. The Jamaican dollar will open trading this morning. The Jamaican dollar will open trading against the benchmark US dollar selling for an average of $161.25. Against the Canadian dollar, the Jamaican dollar will open this morning selling for an average of $116.39 against the Canadian dollar. And finally, the Jamaican dollar will open trading this morning selling for $117.87 against the British pound sterling. So the Jamaican dollar open trading this morning against the US dollar for $161.25. The Canadian dollar against the Canadian dollar, the Jamaican dollar would open selling for an average of $116.39. And finally, the Jamaican dollar will begin trading for an average of $217.87 against the British pound sterling. We're standing by to join Conrad OBrian. We're also standing by to get some news that is coming into us that a truck has overturned on Spur Tree. And an unconfirmed report, I've seen the truck, but to identify the place, we can't identify the place as yet. But based on what we're hearing, the truck has overturned in that area. Let me see if I can get this here. Hold on for me. Hold on for me, please. Let me get that here. Oh, Lordy. Let me see something here. Stand by. I was just told that. Well, this is not. This. I can't put this on here because this is not confirmed. So I can't put this up here. I dare not put this up here. Just a moment for me, please. We're trying to figure out something here. And in the meantime, there is news coming from the United States that the former VP of the United States, Kamala Harris, will not be running for the governor of California. It was rumored that she'll run for the governor of California. We're being told that she will not be running for the governor of California. Hold on here. We're still standing by to get some better news. Let me see if Conrad is ready for us. As soon as Conrad is ready for us, we go back to Conrad OBrian. The news coming to us out of pertaining to that truck is a bit sketchy, and I don't want to put this on air that I can't confirm. So let me not do that. Let me not do that. Hold on for me here. Let me go to another source to see if I can get. Yes, I am getting it now. Let me see something here. Well, actually, there's two. Lord of mercy. There's two breaking news. Let me go back to Conrad OBrian, please.
Band, and indeed we are simulcasting this morning with our friends Make We Talk and the Jeffrey Tavares Make We Talk YouTube channel. Also we are up on the Conrad OB TikTok page. My listeners who are calling through, please give us a few minutes. We're doing a community interview just now, and we will open the lines immediately after the conclusion of this interview. It's indeed Thursday the 31st day of July 2025 in the year of our Lord. And it's 9 minutes after 11 o'clock. Today we are shining the spotlight and a vibrant celebration that brings culture, flavor, and community spirit to the heart of Gordon Town. And Gordon Town is situated in the constituency of East Rural St. Andrew. It's the Pineapple Festival and Cook-Off competition. This much anticipated annual event is organized by the Gordon Town Citizens Association, also known as the Community Development Committee. The festival is more than just good food and fun. It's a proud expression of local talent, tradition, and togetherness for culinary creativity and cultural performance. It's a true reflection of what makes Gordon Town so unique. Join us today to talk about this exciting event are two very special guests. Francine Ray, the treasurer of the Gordon Town Citizens Association, and of course, Miguel Williams, who is head of the Digicel Foundation, proud sponsor of this year's event. They are here to share what's in store for this year Pineapple Festival. All right, and why it matters to the community and how everyone can get involved. Without further ado, let me welcome my two guests, Ms. Ray and Mr. Williams. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Straight Up.
Let's say ladies first, Mr. Miguel.
Yes.
Mr. Brian.
O'Brien, yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome.
So I'll tell you a little bit more after Mr. Miguel has introduced.
Yeah, man, I'll put some questions to you. All right. So, Mr. Miguel, thanks, Mr. Williams.
Great to be here with you on here. And it's just a joy with you.
Respect, Drew. All right. So, my first question here is for both of you. Can you tell us the historical and inspiration behind the Pineapple Festival and Cook-Off competition, and how did it all begin?
All right. So, seeing that I'm the treasurer and I'm more integral in the whole processing, I will go first. So, of course, Francine Ray here, again, I'm the treasurer of the Gordon Town Citizens Association. I was formerly, I still do secretarial duties also because, trust me, a little bit away, a little bit away. But here was.
Yes, and that is a sad tale of communities.
Nobody wants to help to do the work.
True.
You understand me? Because I have always been doing community services. I am always going to be a part of this. So, we started all the way back in August 14, 2018. And why did we choose pineapple as one of our central themes? Gordon Town is known for breeding the sugarloaf, or really the sugarloaf pine. Apple. Yes. A lot of places don't know that. When I go there and they tell me about the different types of pineapple, I can boast and say that we in Gordon Town, because there's a little district in Gordon Town also that is called Sugarloaf.
Okay.
Right, and that is where the name comes from. So we have the Sugarloaf pineapple. And mainly we were also thinking about our small farmers.
Yes.
We want to showcase their products. We want to get their products to market. So that is why we decided initially that we will go that route. I mean, we have other communities that might do mango festival and other festivals, but we chose pineapple. Just to make sure that our local farmers are in the midst of things.
Excellent. And I'll just say this by way of part. I remember as a little boy in Manchester, and when we used to hear about the sugarloaf pine and so on, and people used to say that these are pine from out of the hills of St. Andrew. So now I know the genesis. Now I know the genesis of that. This is for you, Mr. Williams. Could you weigh in on that?
Yes. What I could say from a physical foundation point, I could say that we just really supported it because we're looking some sugarloaf pine. I can tell you that it's more than that.
Yes.
I believe it's safe to say we are partners with the Garden Town Citizens Association. We have supported the festival probably 6 years or more, I'm not sure, but we believe in community development. The organization would have probably been a recipient of a grant sometime past with us. We support agriculture, a lot of farmers association and groups. So supporting the festival is nothing, it wasn't a no-brainer, and we believe in it. And I mean, in this time of year, to be there in the Miss Lou Square is something even more tantalizing, you know what I mean?
Indeed. I would agree with you. Another question here for both of you. What are some of the key highlights we can look forward to at this year's festival, from entertainment to the famous cook-off?
Well, we also have a cultural package that is lined up, and that will be at about 6 p.m., thereabout. And we also have a domino competition that will go on. And the word competition means that persons will be vying for the top prize. 40, 20, $10,000. The first prize, 40,000, second prize, 20, and the third prize, $10,000. And I mean, we have a lot of domino lovers within our state. And of course, it is family oriented. And we would really love to. It's a way of really getting the community involved, giving back to the community, because of course we are not a profit-making entity. What we do is actually see how best we can be the facilitators to assist our community with whatever it is.
Excellent. Mr. Williams?
Yes. Well, Digital Foundation will be out there to share in the festivities. And I think we are excited about this year is that we are launching our community development grants campaign at the event with our Garden Town family, Excellent. We'll be out there to launch our grant. So every year we have our grant campaign, and it will be our 21st anniversary. The grant is known as the Salute 21, and we will be launching these grants that are up to 2.5 million. And
sounds excited.
Yeah, man. Registered community-based organizations can register and be a part of it. So we're excited to be there to launch the grant and to share out there with the people. We'll be out there with our team, a little games here and there, a little giveaways. But definitely to launch the grant and let Jamaica know, hey, and we're better placed to let them know that New Star, that the grant campaign will be launched on August 2nd at the Garden Town Pineapple Festival.
Absolutely. Just let me remind our listeners and viewers that this will be live on News Talk 93 FM this coming Saturday, and our host is Dr. Knife will be the host presenter there, our colleague here at News Talk 93 FM, a man of the university fame as well. Francine, back to you. As treasurer for the Garden Town Citizens Association, what role does the festival play in your wider community development efforts?
All right. We can talk about the economic benefits. Is derived from hosting the event.
Yes.
Of course, we are always cognizant that we are not in it to make a profit, but at least to break even and recoup some of the money that we have spent. So I'll tell you that the community on a whole will benefit and have benefited in more ways than one, because of course, there will be in any place in any community you have, as they would say, more shops than buyers. And this is an opportune time to actually get their product sold. And we always get the feedback that it is a good initiative and they have benefited and they would thank us immensely. You understand? So it is really to actually, and I mean, at this time of the year when you really don't have much to look forward to, based on the economic price increase, people really can't afford to go outside of their community. I mean, so we bring a little excitement, a little camaraderie within our state. Persons can,
do you know if you guys going to have any sweet potato pudding with some thing on the top of it, some custard there, and them think maybe me have to go forward. Maybe me have to go forward, you know.
No, trust me. We will have a variety of different kinds of things that is done with a pineapple. Pineapple chocolate, pineapple upside down cake, pineapple this, pineapple sauce. I had the opportunity to have pineapple soup at one point. Yes.
Whoa. Pineapple what soup?
People get very creative, people get very innovative, and they will come out and they will showcase their talent and showcase what they can do with pineapple.
Indeed. Another question for you, Madam Treasurer. How has the local community responded over the years in terms of participation, support, and the sense of pride it brings to the community of Garden Town?
Well, I can tell you favorably. I mean, if you get the opportunity to come by, even your co-workers can say they have been there with us more than once. And I mean, initially...
My producer no invite, but it's all right. I will find myself. I will find my way. It's all right.
That's why you finished the thing.
I mean, I just got sidetracked a while ago. What was the question again?
Oh, okay. No, you were talking about the benefit that it brings to the community, the wider community.
Oh, the wider community. Yes.
Sorry. We're talking about the participation level. How is it supported?
How has it been? Right. And it has been favorable because, as I was saying to you before, not much is there to be done within the state. And this is an opportune time for persons to really come out. It's a holiday. And there's nothing much after they have cleaned the house and go to the market. You understand me? And they would want to relax and get some entertainment in. So I can tell you, the square is normally full. So we do get the support, and people really do give their feedback after the event. Even within the event, you can see the enjoyment that is received from having this event.
Indeed, and we're urging. Certainly, I'm urging persons to wash your pots and just turn them down. All right, no cooking, no nothing. Just go out and support the Garden Town Citizens Association, or otherwise called the CDC. Go out there and support them, because indeed we want to build community. We want to build families, build certainly a level of cohesion among our people and so on, because certainly these are some of the things that basically de-escalate tension within our community when we have people bonding together. So we're urging persons to come out. And let me move quickly, as time is up on us, to Mr. Miguel Williams. Digital Foundation is a proud sponsor of this yearly event. What motivated you, your team, to support the Pineapple Festival, and how does it align with the foundation mission, Mr. Williams?
Well, I can say that we are very, very proud sponsors. As I said, this is not our first time supporting the event. I myself have been there personally for the past 3 years. So I come out with my children I take it as an opportunity for them to share into something as well. But Digital Foundation is always proud to partner with the entity, with the Gordon Citizens Association, because when I go there, you know what I see? I see so many other farming associations that we have supported. I see small vendors, I see small businessmen and women.
I'm losing you a bit there, Mr. Williams.
I see small business vendors with their items. I see people from the community, applying their wares, Good to be able to and everyone can be there. It's something that we encourage this in our country. We always try and be supportive of it. It's exciting,
Excellent. Another question, my other final individual question for you, and then my final question will be for both of you. No, Mr. Miguel, let's say Miguel, sound cool like a brethren, Miguel. In your view, why is it important for corporate partners to support grassroots and cultural events like this one?
Well, you know what? From our entire say, and because the corporate foundation, these are our customers.
Mm-hmm.
These are people who support our corporate entities, etc. When we go out and support each other, we are supporting them in their space.
Yes.
It could always be that we say, hey, let's send some money and give a grant to sponsor it. But being there physically as well and meeting and greeting the people, it's important. And I think other corporates can always come on board to support in other ways than physical. These are the customers here. These are all Jamaican brothers and sisters who are doing this. And we don't do possible support.
Excellent. And I really agree with you there, because certainly there's people in the main, the majority, Miss Matty Mars Joan, Simone, etc. Marlon, those are the people who really, support companies such as Digital and so on to make you into corporate giants. So I can understand exactly where your headspace is in seeing this one certainly as a no-brainer to jump on board as a sponsor. My final question to both of you: what opportunities are there for people to get involved? And whether as volunteer, vendors, or simple attendees looking to enjoy the experience.
Well, from a longer time, I have always been a person who assisting servicing. Not just community service. As far back as my children were in basic school, primary school, high school, I've always gotten involved. After that, doing the food, then I decided, okay, let me get involved further in community work. No, it really holds me, because it takes away selfishness away from you to someone who understand people and what they are going through. Until you get into community service, not being just there about you, for you, and get good with everybody else, helping to drive their ambition, helping to steer them, it really gives you that comfort and joy to know that, I am a part of this, I have helped to do this. You understand? Because I'll say it to you, there was one young lady or PRO, Defender Virgin. Even step I didn't know her. She has been one of those influencers that had trained. We trained her, she had become an entrepreneur, and sadly, because of illness, she has passed. And she would promote for us all the time to tell young persons, get involved in community activities. It can push you into your own business. As we speak about corporate Jamaica and getting involved. Corporate Jamaica will see your strengths, will see your skill set, and will really help. But as we always say, I mean, I guess.
We have lost feed with Conrad OBrian. Let me switch to something and see if I can get back Conrad OBrian. We do apologize about that. But I think we have lost feed with Mr. OBrian. We do apologize. We have lost feed with him.
Jamaica about why they should make their way to the community of Garden Town Square this Saturday for your annual Pineapple Festival.
Well, I would say the first thing, Garden Town is a beautiful community. People are welcoming, comforting to be in Garden Town, just on any day. So imagine a day when it's a gathering of the people bringing forth their not only pineapple alone, but their goods and services and the warm smiles of the community. You know.
This is Mekwi Talk Breaking News.
We interrupt this program to bring you some item of news just in. There is 2 trucks that has overturned this morning. One in the Duane Park area on Washington Boulevard. And this is what we gather from them. That's the truck there in the Duane Park area. And I think we have some videos that came into us. We're going to rejoin Conrad OBrian in just a moment. We'll have to show this to you all. So that's what we have coming into us, that apparently 2 trucks has overturned, one in somewhere in Manchester and one in the Duane Park area of Washington Boulevard in Kingston. The one that is on Spur Tree Hill, we're trying to get some more details on that one before we come off air. Hopefully we can. We're going to rejoin Conrad OBrian in just a moment, but that's the news coming into us that a truck has overturned in the Duane Park area of Kingston. That is what happened there. This is the front of the truck. Apparently, there's also a video that is sent to us. We were told it was a water truck carrying water. So that's basically what's going on the streets of Kingston, Jamaica. We don't have any other international news. So what we do, we're going to go back over to Conrad OBrian to hear what's going on from his neck of the woods. Hold on. Apparently there's something coming into us from the director of election. Let me see something here. Just a moment here, people, before we go back to Conrad OBrian. He's going to take a quick break, then we can go back to Conrad OBrian. Let me go into this here. Stand by, please. I don't know what's going on with these police officers in our country is unbelievable. Stand by, please. Let's go over to here. Let's stop this for a minute. We soon rejoin Conrad OBrian. And maybe what I should do is wait until Conrad is ready. When Conrad things finish, then we go back to the news that is coming into us. Okay, we're gonna go back to Conrad as soon as we can get him. We go back to Conrad OBrian, but let us do this in the meantime until Conrad is ready for us. As soon as he's ready for us, we go back to him.
You should have seen me and my son at this morning a bun. 5 years of wasting time. You should have seen me and my son at this morning a bun up. I try to catch up. 5 years of time wasting. Hold on, comrades. Keisha, what me look on page 5?
Tell me what the
page 5.
What's spell Jamaica?
And this man write that. Because Jamaica spell wrong. Jamaica spell wrong.
Me think I
Jamaica, me say, when me see the page 5 leaves of turning over, Jamaica spell wrong.
You know me want a copy of that something there.
You have a copy.
Friendly.
Peter, me pick it up on for Tree Road. People them a dash them way. The people them a dash them way. The people them a dash them way. So we pick it up. Turn up the team. Pick it up. Turn up the team. If you want to feel the real Keisha, I am not an English student.
No, you're not.
All I have a degree in English language. I forgot.
You forgot.
I forgot. When I look at page 5 and I see Jamaica spell wrong, I say, Minister Mackenzie write this page. Because he's the only person who said Jamaica and can't say Jamaica.
Same song. But come on.
Hold on.
You want to tell me not blame the minister alone? You said through the honor come up.
Yes.
And you said through the late.
I want catch up.
And then realize you never play catch up.
I want catch up.
You want to tell me say nobody never pick up?
You want to see your son a bun the prime minister and him a wipe off in sweat. You not sweat yet. Yeah. You wait until Mount Jefferson Golden. Ready for you. You not sweat yet.
Wow. There you have it. Let's go back to Conrad OBrian. Let's go back over to Conrad OBrian on News Talk 93 FM. People, wherever you're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean, yes, so nice. A Jamaica nice. There's no other political atmosphere in the world.
Foods and
it's as nice and lively as our island home, Jamaica land we love. As soon as Conrad is ready for us, we go back to Conrad OBrian. But I'm telling you, Jamaicans. Let's take a quick break.
Send on. And you can trust that when you send me to Parliament, you're not have a bench warmer or a table knocker, but you have a champion who is ready to serve you. And so I do not have to ask, but I know no one me ask anyway. Northwest, St. Anne. Are you ready? Oh, my comrades, see the signal waving in the sky. Reinforcements now appearing. Victory, victory.
It is the same emancipatory spirit of this place why we are going to complete all the Operation Pride schemes across Jamaica, where the people don't yet have title or the infrastructure is not yet final. We are going to finish those schemes. You are going to get your titles, and we're going to roll out the Porsche plan so that other settlements which are not regularized have the benefit of infrastructure and a proper orderly system where they can become title owners of the land on which they live, because the people's
Trend Company Limited, Greendale, Spanish Town, manufacturing industrial and corporate uniform and shoes.
News story matches you are.
It is the emancipatory spirit of this place why we have the first in family scholarship, because we know that education is the antidote to poverty. And if you are the first person in your family to have qualified for university or college, and you're struggling because you can't see
Northwest St. Andrew, and also Dino. Thanks, Dino. Dino is saying there that my prediction seems to be right. The fireman burns, Dino. You know, I'm very clinical with those things. All right, let's go to the phone line. Hello, welcome, caller. Caller?
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Oh, wow, I'm blessed with a beautiful voice here, a female. How are you doing?
I'm not bad at all. I'm not bad. I'm not bad at all, the fireman. I'm not bad.
Yes.
I was a little bit rubbed the wrong way by that interview you had with the deacon, Dispute, so his name is. Initially, I was staving people off, saying no, he's trying to be as unbiased as he can be. But then I realized further on in the interview that he was not being that way. It's as if he was holding Mark Golding more accountable than the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, right? Now, you mentioned the Integrity Commission, the Nolan principles of public servant, right? I remember the Jamaica Labour Party under Dr. Andrew Holness. He was the one who called the workshop, integrity workshop, and they all went to the workshop. At the end of the workshop, as you said before, not one JLP member signed off to the Noel and the principles of public service and how they're supposed to move, which works on to the Integrity Commission. Right?
And good governance generally, yes?
Yeah, good governance, because what it is, it's honesty, it's leadership, it's openness, accountability, okay? It is, what is it again? It is integrity. Right?
Transparency, accountability, among others.
And these are big good things, are good principles to have when you're going to serve the public. So it begs the question then, really, why didn't the government sign up to it? Is that the reason? Because they didn't sign up, they think they have a free reign to commit all kinds of infractions, because infractions are too many sometimes to remember, right? And Mr. Deacon Dispute, it's a good thing Mark had come out with some of the things he had planned when he became government, or he wouldn't have gotten a good.
Well, what I would say to you, Madam Caller, I I allow the freedom, and I really appreciate what you're saying. But what I would say is that my takeaway, and I'm not disputing what you're saying, but my takeaway is that at the end of it all, Mark Golden's position is so powerful that at the end of the day, the good and evil, the good or the better of the two. Certainly, Deacon Espute came down on the side that the PNP is the best of the two evil.
He couldn't have, whatever you want to call it, two evils or not, he couldn't have done anything else because it was all too much in his face. But every time you came and spoke about government, he defended it. But anyway, that's by the way, because you can't, Mr. Espute will not stop what's going to happen, the eruption in this country. Because maybe the way I felt yesterday, it's like the single one 53 seats gone. Trust me. It's like I'm seeing all 63 seats gone.
Well, what happened? The PNP certainly look very, very impregnable at this time. You know, it looked as if they're on a roll. And what I saw over there in the old capital of Spanish Town last night, and when you juxtapose that with what you saw in Arthur Tree yesterday, a picture of desperation with the Prime Minister. It's like, you know, you're having one that is getting a build-up and one that is having a meltdown.
Yeah, but what's happening though, you know, that's half a tree the battle. They can be seen in two ways, you know. It can be that we are seeing that he's having a meltdown because no Prime Minister should be doing that, right? Who is governing should not be doing that. But then again, remember Andrew Holness is a sly old fox, you know. Maybe he wants to play come to a pity party. You hear how he was, you know, oh, thank you very much. Oh, could you please distribute? And I'll tell you something. I had a friend's daughter who was on the bus. And we got the message that they said that not one single person took one of that thing that the bus driver. They said, no, we don't want any. Nobody took one. So that's why I want to tell Mr. Hollis, right? That was, it looked desperate. It looked beneath what a ruling Prime Minister should be doing. It looks beneath a man who, I don't know, it just, I was sorry for him at one point. I shed a tear.
All right. I'm going to leave you here. Thanks a lot for your call for today. You know, I'm up on time. I want to take a couple in and alone. I'm blind busy and I have a very, very special greetings that I must do. Let's
understand.
Okay, there. Thanks a lot. Very, very good contribution. All right. Thanks. Let's take this call and then, Madam Producer, I have to questions in after this call, so anybody else we have a way ask them to wait because I want to get this one in. Hello, welcome caller.
Morning.
Hey, morning. Limited time with you today, Anthony. Work with me, please.
I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, it's a tough time. Our people was touting him to be the next Prime Minister to replace Andrew Holness. But
the next leader.
That's not the statement from those people, you know, because what happened? He's saying that the Prime Minister, because he's saying that the Prime Minister have the power to call the election, so the call from people who are saying that he should name a date is not relevant, it's not important, you know, because the Prime Minister have all the powers. So what he's saying is that people must not talk about the issues in the country. That's simply what he said now.
And the sad thing about it, you know, a part of this criticism of the Prime Minister with this date, he was the one who said that he would put a fixed date within his first 100 days. This is 10 years ago.
These people are arrogant, man. Mr. Tufton is very arrogant. I remember one time, you know, she was talking to him, you know, about the new drill, you know, and Mr. Steele said, look here, let your staff check on the internet to see if we could get that drill cheaper. And he said to Mr. Shield, it is not important, it is irrelevant.
He said that down at the hospital in Linstead as well, you know, and that was so sad to hear from the Ministry of Health. So listen, a drill that you could get for 3 million, that was paid for 32 million, that is not important, is that you will get the benefit of the drill. If you buy a pound of flour for $10, you get the benefit from it because you're going to need it and eat it. But why are you going to go out there and pay $1,000 for a pound of flour when you can get it for what? 100? How much for a pound of flour? I don't even know.
A journalist said to him, let your staff check and see if we could get the drill cheaper. And you're saying to the journalist, it is not important, it's a non-issue. and you're not going to allow your staff to check on the internet to see if the hospital could get it cheaper. So what kind of leadership is that?
All right, Anthony, I'm going to leave you there for today. All right? Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. All right? Good. All right, so where are we now, Madam Producer? All right, so here we are. A very special day for someone today. It's the mommy of my producer. She is basically my producer, Tanya Richards. Her mother is celebrating her birthday today. And of course, her grandson, Kyle, is also in studio with us. So, and now, a heartfelt birthday message going out to a very special woman, Alvera Carr, affectionately known as Miss Dimple, and lovingly called Nurse Carr by many in the community. Dimple, your strength, compassion, and wavering love have shaped so many lives, and your impact both as a mother and a nurse is something truly to be celebrated. Tanya says, thank you for being her rock, her inspiration, and the heart of the family. Today, she honors you with love, gratitude, and pride. Happy birthday, Nurse Carr, Dimple, Mom. May your day be as radiant and joyful as the love you give so freely. The message comes from your firstborn, Tanya, known as Dayan. All right, so Tanya, you know, hold on before you play that song there, because I want the special Stevie Wonder for how should I describe her now? My mom producer. She's my producer's mom, and I can tell you, I'm seeing the love, Miss Dimple, beaming from your daughter Tanya just now. She's in radiant red this morning, and of course, Kyle is here in studio ensuring that he capture every moment of this one. As we say, happy birthday to Miss Dimple. Let's hear from Stevie Wonder.
We have to break away from that because of copyright. Conrad is there celebrating with his producers of the Straight Up Talk Show, her mother's birthday today, and of course, Conrad OBrian is there celebrating with us. But we on the Make We Talk program have to break away from that because of copyrights. And I think we're going to say so long for today. It is now 11:51 in Jamaica. And it has been an awesome day. It has been an awesome day this day. Today has been an awesome day. And you can see Conrad OBrian there with his producer's son. And they're celebrating the birthday of his grandmother, his mother's mother. So they're celebrating, but we can't put that on the Make We Talk program because of copyrights. I want to say thank you all for joining us. I don't know if you're going to go back. Maybe you're going to go back to some telephone calls. I don't know. It is now 11:52 in Jamaica. Conrad can't dance like myself here. You realize that Conrad cannot dance just like me. Oh, Lord. So we're going to... Okay, we are going to... I think they're going to go back to him. Let's see if they're going to go back to him.
Tanya, otherwise known as Dayan. All right, so let's take the final call for the program. We're going to say sorry to, but it's what it is. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, welcome, caller.
Good morning.
Hey, Marshall, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Happy birthday to Tanya's mommy.
Indeed.
Happy birthday, mommy. And along the way, you've done something great, mommy, because you have a great daughter like Tanya. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy this day, mommy.
You hear Marshall?
I see to it you don't get another birthday till next year. So enjoy this day, Tanya's mommy. Happy birthday, mom. Happy birthday. Yes, no.
Yeah, Marsha.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead, yes.
ACIA MAJ is something that I practice, and many of us practice it from school days. It's to spell Jamaica backward. And when you have a political party,
yes,
with bright people like Anne-Marie Vaz, with bright people like Desmond McKenzie, with bright people like the mayor of St. Thomas, with bright people like the mayor of Port Antonio, right? And communication people, which is Marlon Morgan, Abka Fitzgerald. When you have them bright people there, it's bad when somebody from the PNP have to point out to them, say them spell Jamaica wrong. It's bad. So I'm saying no, Mr. Prime Minister and Delroy Chuck and the others, will you people go back in the sun and recall those pamphlets? Because everything there spelled wrong. No, we understand that for the period of time you don't build any school because you want to keep the people them dunce.
Wow, boy, you're going hard this morning, Marsha.
No, you can't get it worse than this. You can't spell Jamaica. Not one of you will ever see that it's wrong. And you stand. And let me tell you something. The security details must be better than that, you know. The Prime Minister's security details must be better than this. Because the security details are supposed to warn them about danger, you know. You would never see any other security people in the world go stand up in a sun and wear and put the Prime Minister or the President in danger. Suppose one idiot will drive past a certain speed and lick him down, kill him. Security details don't need to do better than that. And when the Prime Minister wants to do his nonsense, the security details supposed to stop him and say, no, you can't.
You're right. You're right.
That is damn nonsense and that book that with bad spelling.
But Marsha, you see what happened, you know. When you're in a desperate position, as they say, a drowning man touch of the straw. And this is what, in my humble opinion, and I'm not being partisan or anything, but anybody, the blind can see the desperation on the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has a major meltdown, sir. And the Prime Minister is grasping, the Prime Minister is trying to salvage something, but it gone left him.
It gone left him. It gone left him.
And these things happen. These things happen, you know. We have seen people who took office at the heights of popularity and then dwindled to nothing.
Yes.
So the dwindling is right now with the Prime Minister.
The people we hate like how they would love you if you continue to do foolishness. What happened to bright boy Marlon Morgan? But him and Abka Fitzgerald, they love to come out and talk foolish and call people desperate. And they love to use the word desperate over the JB side, you know. They love, and I want to tell them that looking at it desperate, them will throw a word in their name rat. And rat, I know, and it's something. We're not talking about desperate. We're ratting at the word desperate. You better be careful. PNP, JP, hear me now. Call election. Because Andrew, when
you're a Spanish town man. Talk to me a little bit about that. Okay, all right. I gather we can't go there. We can't go there. Time, Marsha. Bless you. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Of course, tomorrow is holiday. It's Emancipation Day. It's a day that we always celebrate. 1st of August. Let me say thanks to our guest, Deacon Espute, and also to Mr. Williams from the Digital Foundation and Miss Ray, who is the treasurer for the Garden Town Citizens Association. On behalf of my producer, Tanya Richards, Conrad OBrian, say thank you. Thanks to our friend at Make We Talk YouTube channel, Jeffrey Tavares, to our listeners and viewers on YouTube and TikTok page. Thank you. Join News Talk 93 FM on Saturday at 1 o'clock for the live outside broadcast from the Pineapple Festival at Garden Town Square.
this is where we say so long for today with Conrad OBrian and his Straight Up News Talk 93 FM. Until you hear a voice again, I'm Jeffrey Tavares saying on behalf of all of us, our producers here in the Make We Talk program, I want to say thanks to Walking in Divine Purpose, thanks to Owen Brown and others who make this possible. I am Jeffrey Tavares saying, have a great afternoon, everybody. Until you hear a voice again, Jagide.
You can trust that when you send me to Parliament, you're not have a bench warmer or a table knocker, but you have a champion who is ready to serve you. And so I do not have to ask, but I know no one me ask anyway. Northwest St. Anne, are you ready? See the signal waving in the sky. Reinforcements now appearing. Victory, victory, victory.
And Southwest St. Anne, go out and vote for one of Jamaica's pioneer, one of Jamaica's youngest senator of all time, Senator Gabriella Morris. Good afternoon, everyone. This is where we say so long once more. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.